want to go angle up a little bit. So I'm going to catch up with these guys and then I'm going to call it the end of the update. So flapping, keep your eye on the bottom numbers. It's when they're up. Actually, what I'm doing is when they're up above 0.75 each, around here, it makes them go quite fast. Above 0.9 each, you go super fast. Well, not super fast, but you go double that speed. And now I'm flying over the flock I wish to join. Now I can put my arms together to tilt, open them up again. Now I'm heading down in their direction. Flap to speed up. And then I need to right myself a little bit because I'm pointing way too far down. So the controls at the moment are a little bit like a spaceship. It's roughly, like now I'm without realizing it, going up away from them. So I need to tilt down. Now part of the problem is that in order that people didn't have to crane their neck too much to look ahead, I've tilted the perspective of the VR camera so that it's looking up by 60 degrees, which is basically screwing around with your, the way you instinctively steer is thrown out by that, and you can end up kind of climbing, going higher and higher when you never really meant to, and you can be going lower and lower. Also, like you just don't realise that you're changing altitude. So maybe I could put an altimeter in here for real. These are just developer tools in the bottom of the screen, but I could equally create a heads-up display just by putting such displays in a more attractive fashion. To do that wouldn't be great because then it's maybe going to make it less of an authentic experience of being a bird. But now that I've been reminded that that's the name of this, I'm going to join these birds by flapping. Obviously, I'm coming right down on top of them now, which is ridiculous, but I'll sort this out. Now I'm righting myself, flying above them. Now I'm going to go do a dive so that I keep continuing my ascent without realising. And now I'm going vertically down, which is blooming ridiculous. So maybe I'll swoop down and then right myself once I'm at their level. There we go. Oh look, just in time for a traffic jam. So these boys are programmed to flock and congregate and stuff, and they're all bumping into each other, which is quite fun, and shooting off in other directions. So let's go. Let's find someone to follow. Who would we like to follow? I think these three. They seem to know what they're doing. They're not in a tangle. So those three really are. So I'm trying to catch up with those chaps up there, a little bit lower than them. Oh, there's four of them. So, 5 of them. So 6 of them. These all seem to be heading in the same direction. That lot are all having a bit of a nightmare. Oh, and I'm ascending. So there. It's good to have this reference point because what am I doing? To dive, you need to pull your wings in. But what the problem is, it then continues. When you're in that position, you should basically sort of reach an angle. Like let's say, with your hands out around here, you should dive a certain amount. I'm just going to move. And then you should stay at that angle. You should stay at whatever angle. You shouldn't continue to increase the angle over and over and over again. Like if you were really being buffeted by the wind, then you'd reach a sort of terminal velocity with any body shape. So I guess that's the whole point of wings, right? So if I dive down by pulling my hands together, I should stop here without having to move my hands, and then I can shoot down. So although there's a few bugs, it's the basics of movement. There's my 3 pals there, but I'm going to go down and visit this lot. So obviously I'm just holding my position in the accelerator position. Oh, and then my hands come into view, which is confusing as hell. Okay, I'm going to dive bomb this lot and then call it a day. at their level. Where are the other three? Oops. Switching. So can you see, with regard to the landscape, my view is tilted. Oh, there's the other tree. Hello. See, again, I didn't realise I was ascending. It's really confusing. It's very non-intuitive. To change body position in such a sluggish fashion, that simply would not happen if you're a bird with wings. Anyway, at least we're moving, right? I'm starting to fall increasingly in love. Oh, that's the best way to see the tilt. If we compare it to the horizon, I started off at the same angle as the horizon. Sorry. And look at that. What angle is that? It's like I just keep tilting slowly but surely to the left. I really don't understand why, because that movement is roll, and at no point do I add roll to anything. I change yaw, going left, going right. I change pitch, angle, I can go into a dive, or I can put my wings out, hands towards my head in order to right myself again, or ascend. But I do not roll. There's never any rolling. And yet slowly but surely I'm rolling to the left. So other things I'll tell you about the other things I'm going to do later. In fact, I won't tell you what I'm going to do. I'll just show you the results. How about that? Okay, one last dive. I know I said I'd do this earlier, but I just want to show you what's through here. Very confusing. If anyone does this, but they're going to get very confused, because just when you think you're going to smash into some actual real trees, this is a satellite image, by the way, which is why it's quite effective right up to this point, and then